Okay, Legend of Korra.
Then.
Again, not one that I'm an authority on.
I remember last time we did this, I hadn't watched it yet, but since I remember saying that I liked it more or less better than Avatar, because I think the first season I liked. How many seasons did it have? Four, did it?
4. Yeah.
The first one was trying to learn air. Second was like the Dark Avatar, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was air, spirit, change and balance.
Third one was your terrorist guy, and fourth one was the Minotaur, right? Yeah, like first and third were good. The second volume of hers I didn't particularly like. The fourth one was fine, but I thought it was more consistent than Avatar. It was shorter, which helped it greatly. The fights and all that I think was better. I think I prefer the animation of it. With that said, then, on paper it should be A.
Right.
Kind of like Hawkeye more. but I'll say A.
I'll be happy with A as well.
Hmm.
I prefer Avatar, but I wouldn't say it's like a massive difference.
I like Korra. I think Janet Varney performs her quite well, but I do like the villains in Korra. I would say, because I would say that the one villain that sticks out really in Last Airbender is Azula, because like he has that thing with Ozai at the end, but that Ozai doesn't really turn up until the final season, and then a lot of its villains get dealt with quite quickly. But whereas with Korra, like you have Aman, who's actually probably the best one. Well, Zahir is, but yeah, all the villains are really good. I like them all. Korra, the main ones anyway. But yeah, no, I'd say A.
Legends F. No, I think last time I said E, so I'll say E.
Do you think it's better than Batwoman?
It is better than Batwoman. I'll also say that. And that's really just based off season 2, which was my argument last time. The triad of the First Flash, Malcolm, and Damien makes it E.
All of the CW shows have issues, but Legends of Tomorrow's best stuff isn't as strong as the rest of them at their best. So
no. What you mean, Mr. Wizard, Evil Flash, and Penis Man?
And we'll get to Merlin later.
Now, interestingly, last time we had Mando on S. I don't think we're going to be having it on S this time, are we?
Yeah, again, that's more of a proportional thing, though. I would feel comfortable putting Mando at A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's respectable.
Yeah.
Still a great show.
Because, like, again, Mando season 1, really strong.
Yeah.
Season 2...
really strong.
Is also really strong. I think season 3 is where it starts to get a bit weaker. And is that just by virtue of using it as a launch point for other things?
Possibly.
Or with the sort of weight of trying to balance Mando and, say, Bo-Katan as well?
Maybe. I mean, it is still strong. It just just feels a little bit weaker.
This is where my argument about Dave putting the episodes of Mando and Boba Fett comes in as well. Because the stuff with Luke and, like, him going away and then coming back, all of that should have happened in Mando.
Agreed.
And without that, you start the season, it's just basically season 1 again for the most part.
It would have made a good opening to season 3 because it completely undercuts the season 2 finale. But yeah, also something that I think puts Mando high up there is it has such a strong main cast, because like the other shows around it used legacy characters as a crutch. Even Ahsoka, let's face it,
You know
But-
what? I've just realised one key show that I'm missing off this, and I can't believe I've missed it. So just bear with me as I do a bit of jiggery pokery.
Oh boy.
Oh, what's the show?
Can't believe I've not put this on here.
Tales of a Jedi?
No.
I was thinking Kenobi. But...
Yeah, that. I can't
Yeah, I
believe I've
thought
not
so.
put that on.
So where's Mando going?
I say A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Happy with that.
I think Ahsoka is the strongest of all the Star Wars Disney Plus shows to come out.
Yes.
Mando being number 2.
To its credit, though, Mando has not had a weak season yet.
Yeah. Arguable,
Depends on who
but
you
yeah,
ask, doesn't it?
It always is.
Merlin. Last time we put it in A.
I like Merlin a lot. I love Merlin.
All right.
I've not seen it in fucking ages. So
The better part of me would want to see it in A, but unfortunately, the ending is such a fucking wet fart that I have to bump it down to B.
For you, maybe. Remember, me and Anthony don't have a problem with it.
I really like the ending, though.
Everyone just dies.
Yeah. That's what George R.R. Martin wanted to do with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but that was a precedent for the whole thing. This just decided, okay, everything we were building up to. Like, okay, Arthur's death, fair enough. It's Gawain's death that pisses me off, just because it comes out of fucking nowhere.
True.
Yeah.
And he was such a fucking good character throughout the rest of the show.
And I do like as well, I like Merlin's ending a lot because I think it speaks to Merlin's loyalty and love for Arthur, that he's always there to protect him even into his 1,000 years of life or whatever.
The thing is, Merlin ends off desperately like it's leading into either a one last season or something else entirely, and then it just ends. And I don't know.
Where does the mythology of Arthurian legend end off? Does it go beyond that battle?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on Arthurian myth.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't a well-known knight Galahad the son of like Lancelot and Guinevere or something?
Could well be. I
And
don't know
I think,
very
well, as well, the show's missing. If you're going by that, the show also completely misses out the Green Knight, which is like a key part of Arthurian myth as well, I believe.
Yeah, but the show takes lots of liberties. I mean, his handling of Lancelot is fundamentally different to, you know.
And
myth.
also, Merlin and Arthur don't get nearly enough time post-reveal.
No, I agree with that.
Like, that should have been they should have had at least one season where they were on the same page for once, but it all gets wrapped up like that, and that's what pisses me off. Sorry, I said I had strong feelings about this.
Where did we have it last time, Lawrence?
A tier, and I still want to advocate for A tier because I love it. I think, as I said last time, the good outweighs the bad. It's such a feel-good show on the whole, side of things. It came out in 2008, which for us was like the golden year of British TV. You have the best season of Doctor Who, and then you had Merlin straight after it, and it was
I know we're still on Merlin, but I just want to put it out there. That as a whole, I liked Kenobi more. It left off on a much better note with me.
Okay, but then the mythology of Star Wars is very different to the mythology of Arthurian legend, isn't it? So
true, but still.
And Obi-Wan is a limited show. Merlin wasn't a limited show.
Yeah, but Obi-Wan does more with the few episodes it has than Merlin was able to wrap up. Granted, Merlin did get cut short, apparently. They wanted it to be a bit longer. That's why the Knights of the Round Table thing got kind of glossed over a little bit.
And then in Obi-Wan you have Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead each cheating on their respective spouses. That's why they get married and have a kid.
You've got Obi-Wan's own daughter trying to sell him drugs.
And then in Merlin, you have the fact that Merlin's not actually English. Colin Morgan's Irish.
Yeah, as is Morgana, and it's all a kerfuffle waffle. Anyway, Merlin, I'm still saying A.
And what did Dan put it at?
On the virtue of it ending off the way it did, I personally have to put it at B.
Are we going to say the same thing about how we've said about other shows, about starting off strong but dipped and you can't just stop the dip? The hypocrite.
But what I argued with... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, if you want, you can use your golden buzzer and then delete it completely.
Golden buzzer is only applicable to bump something up to S. It doesn't work the other way around.
No, that's my point. Like, he could ignore our opinion completely and then...
Okay, well, what's your opinion then?
I think A. I like it. I like the actors. What, for Merlin?
Oh, you're so cute, Tony.
It's good. Colin Morgan's great, but Bradley James is really good.
Thank you.
Well, you don't need to use the buzzer then. No one does.
Oh, yeah,
Bradley James would make a good doctor. Let's just put that on record.
He would.
Yeah, the TARDIS blows up and he just shouts.
But for the Doctor now, they have to go with minorities because it's woke.
Yeah.
Anyway, Merlin, A.
Bradley, do you have any comment?
No.
He's
never
not
watched an
singing.
episode.
There you go.
Right, okay.
Just to be clear, Bradley James would never set foot in the TARDIS as sorcery is banned.
Right. Now, I almost forgot this one. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, where's he going?
I want to put it at least A tier. I know that it does have like a considerable amount of filler in it, but honestly, I think the actress who played Leia does such a fantastic job, even in the unnecessary parts of it, that it elevates it.
I don't know if it's got filler.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's filler either, but there's a lot of criticism that goes around about how the Fortress Inquisitoria stuff was unnecessary. And I didn't know whether you guys share that sentiment.
I mean, I can see
it.
it.
Make it filler, though, if it's unnecessary.
And also, it has Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
F.
And then he says... And then he launches into a speech where he goes, "Take it away, take it away, take it away now." No, that's a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, by the way.
And then they took Leia away.
I agree wholeheartedly with what Dan's saying, especially about Vivian, who plays Leia. She's sublime. What a great casting. I love how emotionally charged the series is. It does a lot with 6 episodes. The Inquisitors themselves, like with the Grand Inquisitor, Jason Isaacs would always be in for me. But who played him in Kenobi? I've forgotten his name. Oh no! Hitman. Rupert Friend. That was it. Hitman. He's pretty good as well.
Am I the only one who thinks that they really tripped up in the casting of the 5th brother?
Yeah, but in the show he looks like a weird grey lizard. So how do you cast that?
I don't know. You cast
that accurately. Do you get an iguana and put it in a
suit? They've done it before.
Well, it was Han from Fast and Furious, so that's great for me.
I think if we just given him a little bit more padding him in his armor and made him slightly taller, then fine. But also, otherwise, I can't fault him.
I just felt like he had a bit less. I don't know if it was the performance or the way he was written. He just didn't feel like the same character. I know that he was never exactly stellar in Rebels.
I was about to say, Rebels is a piece of shit. So what are you going on?
That's what I was just about to say. He does nothing in Rebels anyway. Him and Kanan's real life wife.
But the best thing about the show is obviously both Ewan and Hayden. You know, being able to do what they do, and Vader is a boss. And yeah, I certainly agree with A. There is part of me who wants to say yes, but I'll rein that part in and I'll say A because Ahsoka's the best one out of the bunch, so I'll say A.
Yeah.
You know what?
Are we gonna do a bit of a rearrangement after this, like within the columns, to like determine what's like, for example, a high A or a low A or something like that?
Nah, because we don't want to be on this all night.
Fair enough.
Part of me wants to say S for Kenobi as well.
But it's not better than Ahsoka though, so I'm saying A.
And I'm seconding A.
It's just not, Anthony. It's not better than that. It's great, but it's not better.
I don't know. I really liked Kenobi.
Well,
Bradley,
you've got a buzzer if you want to use it.
I have got a buzzer, but I don't know if I want to use it.
Bradley, do you have an opinion on it?
I wanted to put it in C. Because I don't think it's that. Yeah,
C.
it's not that good.
But Kenobi?
Yeah, it's not that good. You guys hype it up way too much. It's not that good.
So putting your opinion about the forest chase aside, Bradley, what are your true thoughts?
It's not even the forest chase. There's a lot of shit that's wrong with this show, bro. It's that technology is ass in it, and it proves that it's ass. You know the screens, and you can't. You know, like they have that dome thing that creates the images, right? What do they call it? Volume thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They use that for Kenobi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just you could see the problem with it and the show because you can't like for that little desert scene, you can't get the fucking it looks like shit is basically what I'm trying to say because they can't for example, he has that laser he needs to go around, right? Because like the volume, because of the way it's organized, he can't just walk around this little laser that goes across the road. Go over the hill and round it. But he doesn't. I don't like this show.
I'm not quite sure I agree with that, but it's been a while, so.
Do I want to use my buzzer?
But no, you're fine.
On Kenobi.
Well, what else are you going to use it on?
This is true. I don't know if I'm going to use it on anything else in this list because I was going to meme and use it for Armada. Is that Armada?
No, wait, hang on. Is that Armada or
Armada?
Okay, yeah.
On there.
For some reason, I thought it was Energon.
I did
thought, and I thought that was like a troll entry or something.
Last time we had Cybertron on this as well, but I've removed Cybertron because I haven't watched it in donkey's years.
I either thought it was Energon or fucking RID. But RID is a bit shit.
RID is a nice kind of shit.
You know what? I'm going to use my buzzer. Here you go,
look. Oh.
Okay.
Seizing the means of production.
We can't veto it either. As much as I still think Ahsoka is the better show.
2 buzzers left.
Well, there are worse. I suppose there are more outrageous uses of the buzzer I could see.
Star Wars Rebels. Last time I advocated for Rebels being on par with Clone Wars, and we did adhere to that last time.
Rebels F because the Wookiees look shit.
I was gonna say A tier.
I'd be happy with ARS.
I can't rank it lower than Clone Wars. I couldn't last time, and I still can't.
Well, you haven't used your buzzer yet, Lawrence.
No, I haven't.
Well, I can just agree with them. S. 22 votes.
Because last time I argued that I like the characters better in Rebels. I think the overall story is better cohesively put together. And it's more emotional. Now, season 4 of Rebels, it's emotionally gripping. It's so good. With how deep and dark and painful it is. It's lovely. Yeah, the ending's not the best, but still.
I was going to say. And then you have weird troll doll baby Jason, who looks terrible.
Hey, he looks fine in Ahsoka.
F because Yoda looks like shit. Yes, because Anakin looks weird.
Does it look weird though?
No, well,
Really weird.
the thing is that it's stylized on Ralph McQuarrie's concept art. Everything is. It's why the lightsabers are thin. It's why characters, in some cases, have different kind of proportions at times. It's why everything has a very specific look to it, even though it's the same thing as Clone Wars. It's why Bo-Katan looks like shit.
Oof.
Oof.
It's true. Bo-Katan in Rebels, compared to all her other appearances, looks shit because Clone Wars scanned her actress in. Mandalorian and everything else literally was that actress, and Rebels is the outlier.
And then Rebels, they scanned a picture of her poo, and that's she looked terrible.
Oh, what?
Damn.
Her
Man.
poo. Her turd.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm kidding.
Wow. Oh,
Damn. I think it's definitely F tier now, right?
Yeah, because like the art is just terrible. I'm kidding. Z. No.
Hell.
that's for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it. I'm sticking with A.
I think S.
Right.
Although I was
Fucking-
just memeing, it is a great
You're-
show.
You're a fucking sellout, Tony.
Yeah, I am. I'm a big shill. Here we go. Is this Lawrence's buzzer?
This is my buzzer. This is my buzzer.
What did you mean? We knew that.
What?
That's not exactly news.
This is
We
my
all knew
buzzer.
that was going to happen.
This guy
Ding,
didn't
ding,
want
ding,
to know
ding.
anyone else's
If you just-
opinion. He straight puts it in.
I suppose if you're putting it straight at S anyway, then we don't need to debate it. So moving on to
Right.
Sherlock.
We don't
Come
need to talk
on.
about it.
3 of us have watched it. Well, I mean, granted, one hasn't finished it because he's lazy. And then another one day, maybe, hopefully, if I'm lucky.
If it appealed to me as much as you, Lawrence, I would have finished it.
Well, what can I say? I love it to bits. And it's just great. It's so well written. It's so well animated. Yeah, it doesn't hold a candle to things like Arcane in terms of animation, but it's a completely different art style, so whatever. Music's great. Character dynamics are great. Character evolution's great. And it's just an overall a really feel-good show that
And
brightens
also-
up my day whenever I watch it.
And also,
Shut the fuck
Well,
up.
Honestly,
Well,
like on one hand, there is the very heavy-handed LGBTQ representation.
I like how I didn't say it out loud and then Dan just went.
Well, you know what? Having an having a B&Q representation.
I couldn't say it.
B&Q.
All right, well, in contrast,
The Beaumont Lees is rubbing off on Lawrence.
in contrast, Tony, while you were basically working up to the punchline of "it's so gay, lol," what I'm saying is that while the LGBTQ representation is very upfront whenever I watched it, it's not like the first thing I think about when I think about the show either. It's just there, and it's not.
I think about how she's just girl He-Man.
Well, I mean, yeah, kind of goes
Look,
without.
I know
whatever.
you're just saying it to trigger me, but say something nice about it. Come on.
I like that the woman, the female from The Boys is in it.
I fucking hate you.
Even
I'm
though
kidding. No,
okay,
it is really well written. I like the art style and like the character arcs are really good. It is good.
even though I've only watched a good chunk of it and I haven't completed it, I do appreciate the themes in it, particularly the portrayal of radicalization and how good people can blindly follow horrible causes. I respect that. Plus,
Good.
character designs, really solid, good representation of different body shapes. And even though I haven't quite gone to the part yet, the evolution of Catra's design is something that I like as well, with like the whole kind of hair thing, though I don't know the context for that.
Yeah, great show. She-Ra, big up.
Sherlock we had in A tier last time.
Again,
Does
gonna
it-
exclude myself from this one because I haven't seen it.
Does it suffer from a lot of the Moffatisms?
Maybe.
Boner jokes,
Well, that's just
female
Moffat, isn't it?
assassins.
It's more a symptom of the male condition.
Oh,
I like how
Oh.
snappy and witty and on the ball this show is, though, and I think it is more tightly written than a lot of Moffat's Doctor Who is.
yeah, this is true.
A lot of people
I guess
don't
the
like
more-
Series 4, but yeah.
I guess a more comparable text then for Sherlock would be like Dracula,
Hmm.
because it's him and Gatiss again, adapting like a Gothic era book, similar sort of writing style, modernization and that. So Sherlock, it's good. Like Benedict Cumberbatch, obviously it rocketed him off into stratospheric levels of fame.
Yeah.
Martin Freeman's decent in it. Andrew Scott is quite good as well, Moriarty.
Yeah.
The way it sort of resolves itself in the final series with the sister and the dog, that's a bit weird.
That's the
But
thing
there
that
was a
people
whole-
don't like, yeah.
There was a whole entity in Sherlock's life that he just completely forgot because of his sister. Spoilers, I guess, for Dan. Not that he's bothered.
I'm not.
If you ain't watched Sherlock at this point, no one's gonna watch it.
Nah.
When did
I
that show
think-
come out? 2000, like 8,
when did Sherlock?
No, it'd be
finish?
2011?
2011, really?
When it finished.
No, when it came out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, 2011. I liked the episode where it was set back in Victorian times.
Hmm.
I liked that one a lot.
The first episode that I think of is the wedding episode. I think I'm going to drop it down to B.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that.
I
I can't
remember
even
the-
remember much of this show.
I
Yeah.
remember the
That's a point.
finale where with the roof,
But
and there was like the big sort of speculation about how Sherlock got out of it.
In series 2, yeah.
when he fell in,
Yeah.
when he fell into the truck.
Yeah, and then you don't
Yeah.
quite know how he.
Yeah.
There's like a bit of jiggery pokery as to how he got out of it. I
I
liked
remember
that.
my
How
I
could you
remember
possibly
my
know
dad
that?
hitting fucking books trying to understand that shit.
Thrawn was in series 3.
He was Lars, yeah, Lars Mikkelsen, yeah.
I'm still saying B.
Yeah.
Alright.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Does whatever a series can,
Fine.
but except get the season 3.
Which
Because
it
Marvel
needed.
just can't pull off that shit.
Last time we put this in S almost immediately.
Is that still? Does that still hold?
I haven't seen it in a long while, so
Same.
it's hard to make an updated opinion.
I'd be happy an A personally. I haven't seen it in a fucking minute.
My
Yeah.
opinion on it hasn't changed, but the way this tier list is structured, I'm going to put it on A just because I like it around about the same as Avengers EMH, which is really fucking brilliant.
I was
But-
about to echo you with that.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think
it is,
since the last time we did this, I rewatched Spectacular, and thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
If they had done a season 3, I probably would have just gotten pissed off that they didn't have the balls to throw Gwen off the bridge.
Radioactive Spider-Man.
So we have the 90s Spider-Man here. Now, interestingly, last time we ranked it on S as well, and Bradley said that he likes this one more than Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yes. Yes.
But
that's nostalgia.
Yeah,
That's literally probably nostalgia.
A lot
I
of the
this time would like to move it down.
yeah. I mean, a lot of the '90s Marvel shows were really good, like for their
Yeah.
time.
They were.
X-Men is
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
think
will-
X-Men is like up here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that-
X-Men. From what I saw of 90s Spider-Man back in the day when I was a kid, it was good, but 90s X-Men is way, way better.
Oh,
I've not seen X-Men.
You would like
Well,
it.
with
You would
the
like it.
when X-Men 97 theoretically drops on Disney Plus, you'll have a reason to catch up, I suppose.
Maybe. I've seen Wolverine and the X-Men, if that counts.
That is a really fucking metal one, to be fair. Although the one that everyone was always nuts about that I didn't see was X-Men Evolution.
X-Men Evolution is actually really good as well.
Did I see X-Men Evolution?
You might have.
Really?
I'd give it a good.
One where they're all emo.
Yes.
Were there
He actually hit the
Emo.
nail on the head.
Wait, oh my
yes.
god, I need to see this now. X-Men Evolution. Oh, I did watch this one, but I didn't like watch it like that. I watched a couple episodes. I think I liked it. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, I've seen a bit of it.
90s Spider-Man, I think I want to say B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
I'm happy with that.
the tragedy with Spider-Man 94 is that it got cancelled out of pure spite.
Have you read?
Well, because Avi Arad pissed off the head of Fox Animation, and she was like, "I hate you, so we're cancelling your show."
Also, there's the fact that he wasn't allowed to throw a punch throughout the whole series.
Yep.
I think he only did about 3, didn't he? But at least it did get an ending as opposed to Spectacular, which didn't.
Well, technically, Spider-Man 90 it didn't.
Yeah, but it did.
You were Mary Jane stuff.
Yeah, well, he got to hang out with Stan Lee on a building day, didn't he? So, that's
there was an ending on. There was an ending in
Good enough.
sight.
Yeah.
There was an ending in sight.
There
Didn't
is
quite get there, but it was there.
He had his Day of the Doctor moment with the creator.
He did. And then,
I suppose so, yeah.
And to be fair, the main writer of the show, did publish the script for season 6. So
did he? Oh,
yeah.
Also, despite all of the restrictions on it, it still somehow managed to be the only Spider-Man show that came close to doing Carnage properly, which blows my mind.
And also, initially, they weren't allowed to use Vulture, Electro, or Scorpion because James Cameron was going to use them in his version.
Yeah, Scorpion was in it from season 1.
No, not Scorpion. Vulture and Electro, sorry.
You said all 3 of them.
No, but I know, I thought, I misremembered. Scorpion obviously was in it. But
Electro definitely wasn't in it.
He was in the last season.
At the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the very end. Because
when they did a whole time travel thing with Captain America and other superheroes for World War II. Yeah. And Electro was Red Skull's son in it.
Okay.
But they were only able to include them at the end because James Cameron's version obviously didn't get made.
Well, Vulture appeared halfway through it, didn't he? He ran the same time as Morbius.
Yeah.
Insert Morbin time joke here.
Best adaptation of Morbius confirmed.
Well, yeah.
I will drink your plasma
through the suckers on my hands.
You can't bite because censorship.
He was more like an octopus than a vampire.
That's why we're not allowed to use bullets. Everybody has to shoot lasers.
Which is frankly kind of an upgrade, if you don't mind me saying, but
exactly, because lasers are more dangerous than bullets.
I just love how they always use the fucking stock Transformers blaster sound effect.
Speaking of Transformers, what a great segue! Armada is primarily still on this list. I didn't excise it like I did Cybertron, only because since we did this last time, I rewatched Armada.
To be fair, when it comes to representing the Unicorn trilogy, Armada is the highest contender, I think.
Yep.
Arguably.
It's the best one.
Doesn't mean it's good.
No,
not-
I
it's not
remember it.
great.
Like I remember it fondly, but if I went back and watched it, it would probably be shit.
There's some good stuff in there.
Oh
but-
yeah, like the fucking Jetfire and Optimus first power links still holds up if you ask me.
And Best Boy Tidal Wave.
Best Boy Starscream.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you'll
Starscream,
find the best boy
actually.
is Starscream, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Or Thundercracker, or whatever the fuck the marketing team felt like that day.
And Overload was in it.
As
There,
a pair of his hands were in it.
Yes.
Like, was he like a full character in the Japanese version or something?
Maybe, but I don't think so.
I don't know how.
His robot form cameoed in the form of his hands.
Actually, I seem to think his robot mode probably did cameo at least once.
It must have done, but
Yeah, but he never had any lines. He never was a character. It was just a backpack.
Was he ever acknowledged as a character?
They called him Overload, but he did get,
I know that he shouts out his name when he forms with him, but other than that, is his existence remotely acknowledged?
No.
Of course.
I like the stuff with Sideways and Unicron. That's good.
Yes, that is pretty good.
I think I was surprised when watching it how early Unicron is teased, because there's the episode where the kids essentially go into the Matrix and Unicron via Sideways pursues them, and as we're escaping they see like an image of Unicron, and that was still like only a third into the show, and I was sat there thinking, wow, that's early. I thought they were going to wait a long time before that.
Hey, if you think that's something, wait till we get to the next Transformers show.
But Armada, in good conscience, I can't put it any higher than C.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna settle there as well.
As much as I have very fond memories of Armada, toys have a very specific charm to them.
I used to have like the first few episodes on DVD.
So did I. Not the first, not the very first ones, but some. If you don't put Prime in S tier, I will come over to your house and murder you.
Fine, S tier.
Yeah, but you've already used your buzzer.
If you don't put it in S, I will physically come over to your house.
Hey, I'd appreciate the company.
Lawrence, other people are allowed to have different opinions than you on things.
Dan, use your buzzer.
No, but I do agree that Prime is probably S tier.
Thank you.
It is, but I'm memeing, but it is.
Like Lawrence, I agree with you, but still, fuck you.
Other people are allowed a different opinion.
It's as good as Clone Wars. It's as good as Rebels. It's as good as She-Ra. It's such a well-written show. It's so well animated, so well acted. It has a beautiful ending to it. It nails its landing.
And it gave us fucking Starscream and Knockout in a zombie film, which just that alone.
Knockout is also voiced by Red Alert.
From the PS2 game, not from the main show.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Knockout is absolutely gay, but not Starscream.
Lawrence met Shockwave in real life.
I did, yes. I've got his signature right here next to me.
David Sobolov. And Predaking was a dragon.
Because they couldn't afford to design his robot mode.
Yep.
I mean, it's interesting we talk about shows being cut down prematurely. Like we said that about Merlin, and we said that about Spectacular and the 90s Spider-Man. Prime also is a case of where it was dramatically. They wanted to go down the routes of Dinobots and pirates. They wanted to bring in pirates to it.
I thought they wanted to do Maximals as well.
Probably. They definitely didn't originally plan on going down the whole Predacon route, and that was forced upon them.
Well, because they have whole concept art and like official images of like is it Thundertron, the pirate, the lion thing?
Yeah. It'd have been very interesting to see where they would have gone with that, but where they did go with the show was excellent.
If you ignore everything that came after it, yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't talk about ROT.
Bradley, I forget. Did you ever watch it?
Oh man.
I've been asked too many times, and it's something I should probably
If
watch.
I can't get you to watch She-Ra, I'll get you to watch Prime.
You will definitely succeed at Prime.
Pretty
It's
King's not
it's
Tony
not-
Todd as well, is it?
No, it's not.
Who's Pretty King's voice?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Prime isn't nearly as gay as She-Ra, but I think not all of the
Wait.
gay is carried in Knockout.
The as gay, Dan? Wait, so there's still quite a bit of gay in it.
Well, no,
Barely
There is
any.
gay-
Oh, no, I might not
barely.
watch it now,
What?
then, man.
there is gay in it, but it is all carried by Knockout.
I'm coming over to your house,
Oh,
and I'm
that's
going to,
delightful.
and you will never see the light of day ever again.
Lawrence, you know me. I've never seen the light of day anyway.
God damn it, Lawrence.
I couldn't have gone any worse. Drop it down to F, could you? God, there's a bit of
No.
gay in it.
Like in all seriousness, Bradley, I think you would really like Prime.
Yeah.
I think he would really like She-Ra, but that's beside the point. Anyway,
Oh, shut up.
moving the fuck on to Dan's golden buzzer one.
Is it?
I have no
Yeah.
comment about this. What's really?
Which nobody. Tony, have you seen it?
Yeah.
I would say, as much as I enjoy the maybe like first, well, most of it, to be fair, I'd say maybe
Mhm.
C tier.
Where did
What?
you put it this
Really?
time? Where is it on the old one? Am I blind? Where is it?
I don't see it.
Oh, B. It's
B.
on B on the old one.
Wow.
How do you say you mostly like everything? I put it in beta.
It's another case where the ending, like the final season, is a bit rushed, and it suffers for it a bit. And plus, it kind of gets bogged down in a few kind of romantic subplots and shit like that. Something
Okay.
if Lawrence.
And also,
Oh, sorry. Go on.
the pilot of the Black Lion is very gay.
Oh,
Well, we're not watching it then, Bradley, are we?
no. Hey.
I thought the argument is that he wasn't gay enough because that literally just gets dropped in the last season, despite
Yep.
the fact that he is a gay character in name alone, and there's nothing actual, and it hardly gets elaborated on at all.
And
Thank
What
you
do you
for
Lawrence,
want to see him do? But fuck a deer? What do you want? What do you want from him?
Faithful
And
viewers, we should
Lawrence-
just point out that all comments made about being anti-gay and all about are made in jest. Although I
Oh, yeah.
cannot speak for them regards She-Ra because I generally take it personally.
Who the fuck said anything? Who the fuck said anything about
Tony is
anti-gay?
actually homophobic.
That's 'cause
Bradley
you're
is
very
homophobic
sensitive.
toward that show, legitimately.
But and anyway, Lawrence, the Green Lion's pilot is voiced by your woman who was, oh no, not woman. Sorry, oh, I think I misgendered the actor. The person who played Black Canary's sidekick in the early seasons of Arrow.
Which one?
I don't flaming remember what I had for breakfast. How do you remember? How do you expect me to remember the early
You know
seasons
the-
of Arrow?
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know the sort of homeless person she was hanging out with
No,
when she came back into Arrow as Black Canary.
So
No.
Pidge was voiced by someone who played a hobo. Big whoop.
Yes.
I first start. I don't know who the hell Green Lion is. I don't know who you're talking about.
That's
The
not even
Green
the name of
Lion.
a character.
I,
He just he was only saying that because he didn't remember the fucking
I,
character's name.
I don't know this person.
Honestly,
You do.
like, given that only half of us here have even seen it, I'm not even sure it's fair even putting it on the tier list.
I kind of just
Well-
put it on there as a meme because I expected you to golden buzzer it.
Well, to be fair,
To be
there's
honest.
one that-
No,
isn't there
no.
one that-
Unlike you
isn't there
guys,
one
I'm
that
not a
only
hack.
me and Lawrence have seen?
You got what?
Isn't there? Yeah, The Boys is on there. Me
Yeah.
and Lauren.
Okay,
But
well,
Danny, go on there.
again, fine. I'll put Voltron, to be honest, at maybe a low B tier, a low B tier. Then,
So
just because,
low B T. Okay.
yeah, just because like it gets a little bit messy towards the end, but overall, so actually a pretty damn good space opera.
Okay. And then last but not least,
Fucking hell,
WandaVision.
this is a throwback.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on it, but Buzz, I'm putting it up to S tier.
Hang on, is that a serious buzzer?
Yes. What else am I going to use it on?
This is true.
Okay.
Fair enough. Well,
That's it.
Fair enough.
that's
For, the
anticlimactic.
for the record, I do like WandaVision quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's still one of the stronger MCU shows.
Yeah.
And I'll throw the mic over to you lot.
I would literally say the same thing.
Yeah, I think
The-
WandaVision is a really fucking good breakdown of just like the characters and everything.
Yeah.
And it addresses like the mental issues really effectively and the effects that it has on her character throughout the entire thing. I only wish that they had the balls to keep her a villain till the very end. Well, that I didn't say that right. I wish that they had the balls not to completely redeem Wanda at the end of it.
It's
Sure.
MCU though. MCU.
And I'm not just saying that because it would have led into Multiverse of Madness better.
But also, I was just about to say, Doctor Strange 2 sort of helps rectify that issue a bit, doesn't it, by having her as the main antagonist. So.
There's two arguments to be made there, because on one hand, you can say that WandaVision let her off easy, and on the other hand, you can say Doctor Strange undercuts her WandaVision's ending. But either way, it's S tier because I said so. So
Yeah, why are we talking about this?
Content.
I love it.
Content, isn't it?
Content, fair enough. Yeah, I
it's-
hated the show. Wanted it in F.
Oh yeah, I'd put it in Z because Mephisto wasn't in it.
Yeah, but
Quiet, new rock stars.
no.
Is there anything that we need to shift around, or are we generally happy?
I think
I
we're
think this
happy.
was actually a really solid list.
I do kind of feel
Feels-
sorry for Legends and Batwoman.
Well,
Good
them being on this is just a meme, really.
Yeah. And to be fair, like with there being contenders on the list that weren't here last time and overall less contenders, I'd say that things that feel like they should be higher are only lower on the list because the things above them are so much better. And not to like undercut Ahsoka, Avengers, or Spectacular Spider-Man at all.
Anything that is on B is still great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then C, you start to question.
Like even C's decent.
C's
like, C's still
decent.
decent.
Yeah. Like I am a full-on Bad Batch apologist here.
I'm a bit of an apologist for it. No. I'm an apologist for Book of Boba.
And honestly, I think this time around I found it way easier to judge the CW shows because I'm not actively watching them anymore.
And I think because you've had over 2 years of experience in this group meshing now, we can maybe think a bit more clearer.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I know better than to piss in the wind.
You say that, but then other people decide to, you know what? Because I'm a spiteful git.
What are you doing?
Oh God, what's he doing?
What are you doing? Why are you adding another row?
Oh, you putting S plus? Oh, fuck you!
Because I'm a spiteful git.
No!
You
There
look
we
like that.
go.
Well,
In fact,
actually,
hang
no.
on.
Lawrence, I want to point out
Wait.
that you can't do that because
No, I know, it's not. There we go. There we go. I'm happy.
No, Lawrence.
Damn.
Lawrence, you're gonna want to hear this because your buzzer is you used your buzzer on that, and your buzzer can only put it in S tier, no lower and no higher. So
No.
by your own rules,
Oh,
as
here we
they've-
go.
as it's been decreed, She-Ra has to be
Pennsylvania
S
go
tier.
She-Ra tier.
And you can
He's
have
gonna
Doctor Who and Transformers around all you want. That just puts them above She-Ra. Which, if you
He's
want,
gonna
Could I
undo the
get a
fabric
cheeky-
of reality now. He's just gonna mess about with the tune.
Could I get a cheeky arcane move up?
I just want to fold Lawrence up and stick him in a fucking
Thank you.
box right now because he's fucking playing games of this list.
We're happy.
I'll slip you that tenner later. I'm happy. Yeah. Well done, guys. Beautiful teamwork.